Students using AI over humans to learn English. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. More and more students in Japan are using artificial intelligence, AI, to learn English and other languages. The language learning app Duolingo conducted a survey on how students study languages. More than 4,700 Japanese students answered questions about their language learning habits. The survey found that the number of people using ChatGPT and other AI tools increased by more than 80% in 2024. AI was particularly popular with younger people. The researchers said more young people used AI than took face-to-face lessons. However, some people in their 20s were not totally happy with AI lessons. They said AI lacked natural responses and was a little boring. Duolingo said, "We're in the midst of an AI revolution. Technology has long had an impact on language learning." It found that apps were the most popular method in Japan to learn languages. English was the most studied language, followed by Korean. People are studying Korean to understand the language as spoken by favorite artists and celebrities. Duolingo said around 58% of people who took the survey used language learning apps. This was followed by video streaming platforms like YouTube and Netflix, 37%, textbooks, 36%, and online lessons, 16%. The number of people going to a language school is decreasing. Just 13.8% of people went to classes with a teacher. Thank you for listening to breakingnewsenglish.com.
Human speech is 8 times older than we thought. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. Researchers say they have found the likely time in history when human beings first began to speak. Dr. Stephen Mithen, an archaeologist and expert in prehistory, suggested that basic language was formed around 1.6 million years ago. This is 8 times earlier than many scientists thought. Experts in evolution previously believed that spoken human language began around 200,000 years ago. Mithen said his studies show that the first human language developed either in Eastern or Southern Africa. He said the ability to speak helped evolution. He said speech was, without doubt, the key which made much of subsequent human physical and cultural evolution possible. Dr. Mithen explains how he believes human speech developed so long ago, in his new book called The Language Puzzle. He says our brain quickly increased in size just over 1.5 million years ago. This increase changed the structure of our brain. An area called the frontal lobe developed. This is the part of the brain that produces language. Another important change was the development of our vocal tract. This is where we produce sound, and therefore speech. Mithen said speech allowed humans to spread around the world. It meant humans could do 3 important things. They could think of and plan future actions, and they could pass on knowledge. Mithen said language changed the human story profoundly. Thank you for listening to breakingnewsenglish.com.
8,000-year-old ancestor of English found. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. Evolutionary linguists believe they have made a significant breakthrough regarding the origin of Indo-European languages, including English and Sanskrit. The linguists say an ancient predecessor may have been spoken more than 8,100 years ago. The researchers are from Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology in Germany. Their study may resolve a 200-year-old dispute over where the ancestor of English came from. One school of thought posits English has its roots in the Pontic-Caspian steppe on the northern shore of the Black Sea 6,000 years ago. A competing theory is that English originated from Anatolia, much of present-day Turkey, 9,000 years ago. Indo-European languages are spoken by nearly half of the world's population. The most commonly spoken members of this family are English, Hindi, Urdu, Spanish, Bengali, French, Russian, Portuguese, and Punjabi. Each of these have over 100 million native speakers. More than 80 language specialists created a huge databank of core vocabulary from 161 Indo-European languages. The study included 52 ancient and historical languages. Study co-author and associate professor Russell Gray said, "Ancient DNA and evolutionary language analysis combine to suggest that the resolution to the 200-year-old Indo-European enigma lies in a hybrid of the steppe and Anatolia hypotheses." This is Sean Daly reporting from Bellingham, Washington.
UK charity hopes to decolonise English vocabulary. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. The English language has been evolving for centuries, if not for millennia. Conversations from the Middle Ages would be almost unrecognisable today. In particular, the use and meaning of vocabulary is in constant flux. The British charity Oxfam has issued a guide that further pushes for changes in how the language is used, especially by charity workers. Oxfam wants to decolonise English, which it considers to be the language of a colonising nation. It said English needs to change in order to decolonise our ways of working and shift power. Oxfam has issued a 92-page inclusive language guide to advise employees on the use of language to support everyone to feel empowered to be inclusive in their work. Oxfam was founded in 1942 to help alleviate global poverty. It now operates in more than 80 countries worldwide. Its new guide recognises the reality that English is the dominant language used by charity workers in former British colonies. Oxfam said, "This guide aims to support people who have to work and communicate in the English language as part of this colonial legacy." The guide focuses on inclusivity for the disabled, the LGBTQIA+ community, migrants, refugees and others. Suggested language changes include avoiding colonial phrases like headquarters and mankind. It said the latter word could be viewed as being patriarchal, as it is often misunderstood as only referring to men.
ChatGPT and Google Bard in AI chatbot race. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. The next online revolution has started. It is gathering pace at breakneck speed. It began on November the 30th when the tech company OpenAI released its ChatGPT chatbot. This is a search box you can have a conversation with. It can provide the answer to pretty much any request you make in perfect grammar. Should you require a 300-word text about a movie star written in the style of Shakespeare, you will get it. ChatGPT has spread like wildfire across social media. Analysts have dubbed it a game changer. Hot on the heels of ChatGPT comes Google's Bard chatbot. This was launched on February the 6th. A Google-Microsoft battle for supremacy over the future of online search is now unfolding. There are countless questions regarding how chatbots will shake up the internet and our world. Educators are worrying about the end of homework, as bots can instantly provide convincing essays and answers to a grade A standard. Workers are concerned the bots are a genuine threat to all manner of jobs. On the day Microsoft added ChatGPT to its Bing search engine, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said, "It's a new day in search." Google allayed people's fears about the emergence and possible threats of chatbots. It said, AI can deepen our understanding of information and turn it into useful knowledge more efficiently, making it easier for people to get to the heart of what they're looking for and get things done. This is Georgiana Hall reporting from South Korea.
Australian universities to allow AI in assignments. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. The increasing ubiquity of artificial intelligence in our lives is creating waves in academia. 3 universities in Australia have adopted what seems like a landmark policy. The 3 institutions are allowing students to use AI when taking assessments, albeit under strict conditions. Professor Romy Lawson said, "Instead of banning students from using such programs, we aim to assist academic staff and students to use digital tools to support learning." The internet abounds with AI text generators. These can be used to create essays that look authentic enough to fool examiners. The content created by these AI tools evade detection by even the smartest of anti-plagiarism tools. Artificial intelligence is posing huge challenges to exam integrity. It is the biggest disruptor since calculators were allowed into maths tests. The latest quandary for educators comes from a language processing chat box called ChatGPT. This can produce highly authentic, human-like content on any subject in seconds. It has sparked fears that students will use it to write essays. The University of South Australia's Dr. Vitamar Kovanovich said teachers needed to embrace AI. He said, "You cannot stop it. The alternative is the Middle Ages, going to pen and paper." He added that universities needed to change with the times. He said, "It's like having a driving school, but teaching people how to ride horses."